Jared and I were like, oh, we're trying to ba with these women. And then Skyler comes over with a rose.
Like he's the fucking bachelor.
And then he gives it to his lady, and the other girl's like, oh my
She
goodness.
loves it.
It's so beautiful. I can't believe he has a ray of love for you like this. And then I look at him like, dude, first of all, you could have got us some roses, be like, we got these for you, like blah, blah, blah. Or find me and be like, hey, let's go get him some roses. There's a guy selling them around here. Okay, that's instance number one. The girls haven't even looked at us now. They're just looking at the rose and your guys' love. And then there's a guy, he's walking around like a bushel. He's hobbling. He's got a bushel of roses. So he comes over to our table. And then he's like, would anybody like some roses? And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, we'll get some for the girls. And then we have to get 4 each for our girl to like upstage you. So you've really just put a hole in our pocket again. Okay. And
you went over the top because I got the single flower and then they went with the bouquet. And I said, well, hold on. Then I couldn't go over the top and buy 3 more roses to tie.
No, but it looked like we were overcompensating. And that's all that it was. And then finally, okay, we get the roses. And then Jared looks at his girl.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, I know. And
my
see,
girl's right. Hold on.
I was nervous for this moment because I knew you started with the heat on him, and boy, was my water starting
mine we
to
can
boil.
chalk up
Hold
to.
on.
Can we chalk mine up to just dumb? I'm an idiot.
No.
Okay.
My girl is right next to Jared's girl, not our girls. Potential. There were at this point. So I'm sitting there, and then the 2 ladies get their bouquets, and then Jared looks at his girl 6 inches from my girl's ear, and he just goes, hey, I paid for both of them. And I'm like,
okay. And listen, that
I go, what?
I understand in hindsight now. And as soon as the words left my mouth,
Hey, I paid for the Dodgers game for all 6 of us.
okay. And
I had to bring that up. And then I look like a loser.
because here's the thing.
Loser.
Here's the thing. This is my
No.
I'm not trying to explain away the thing because I did fuck up there. Okay. That was not a good look. In my head, this is what I'm thinking. The girl that you brought already wanted to be there with you. I felt like I needed to compensate because I was like, I have to make sure this girl is having a good time and know that like I could be a potential guy, you know? And so
stealing from others?
No. The thing that I thought of, I was like, what if I show her I got money? It was
that's
$40 for the roses.
What if I show her I got money?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Also, a few drinks in, you know, wasn't thinking clearly, and I said that, and then as soon as I said that, I was like, that. Why would that even work? And then, of course, immediately, as soon as I had that thought, Zach turns to me. It was almost like a horror movie. I could hear the creaking in his neck.
And it's like the girl's gonna be like, oh my gosh, I would have never gotten with you if you only bought one of them, but you bought both bouquets. It's like, whoa.
And also, that just to be clear, that sends a message to the girl that you're buying roses for. I'm buying them not just for you.
Yep.
It's making it way less special by buying them from you and your also attractive friend.
And
because who knows what's going to happen here?
No, I know. I absolutely. And listen, we all know I am not the smoothest talker this side of the Mississippi.
There's a lot on this side.
There's a lot on this side. Okay. So that was a fumbling of words.
Can I also say something? You weren't privy to this. We were at the.
I did something?
No, he did something. Yes. We were at the Dodgers game.
Oh, wait.
I was sitting next to. It was the girl I've been seeing. Me, Jared, blah blah blah. Me and the girl. I was just like, oh, every inning we can ask each other we have to ask each other. We can each get a turn to ask each other a question or whatever.
To your girl. You were flirting.
Yeah. Just getting conversation going. And I think her question was, what's like an embarrassing story or something? I was like, let me think. I said, Jared, are there any embarrassing stories that I should tell? And he just leans over. He's like, you jerked off behind a gas station. I was like, that's not the one I really wanted to do.
Here's the thing.
I was thinking more.
Hold on. He's painting me to look like the bad guy. She asked him before. She asked him before the game. She goes, what do I need to know about these guys? You know, whatever. And I didn't know that until
she goes about me.
She was just trying to get. She was trying to get back. Like,
Just background, you know, like what are these guys like or whatever.
Good guys.
And I was very honest.
I forget what the context was, but she said something along the lines of like, "I'll buy you 2 Snickers bars if you answer this or be honest about this."
Well.
and so then I look at Skyler. It was just a night of sabotage. That's all it was. So I look at
and I didn't get to
Skyler,
participate. I didn't sabotage anybody. And I was over here like, take some, Ooh, you guys having a good time?
and I was just like, "Why'd she bring up Snickers specifically, huh?" And
I was giving background.
yeah, okay. So don't paint me out like the gas station
What'd you
is
say
the
about
worst
me?
thing that
I was
was
like,
said.
Zach's really funny. I was like, he's probably gonna come across as like he's gonna be saying a bunch of random crazy shit. And you're gonna be like, what's going on here? Which was true. You did that a majority of the night. And I was like, but he's really funny. I was like, really, when he's really calm when he's by himself a lot of the time. I was like, Jared, what should you know about Jared? I was like, Jared had sex with a girl with a Snickers bar. With a condom.
As a condom.
I was like, he's a good guy, but that happened.
But that happened. Hey, and you know what? You're a good guy too. You also jerked off behind a gas station. And I thought she should know about that.
He was horny.